Good morning, YouTube. It is 7 a.m. in the great state of Texas on a Thursday. So today we are doing pins because on pins we do Thursday, and today we are working with Purple Heart. We're going to make our first pin out of Purple Heart, which kind of had me nervous in the beginning because I've worked with Purple Heart in the past. It is a very hard, dense wood to kind of work with. So a lot of angst kind of going into this video. So if you've seen me make one pin, you've seen me make them all. And I like to say that in the beginning because that's all we do on Thursdays is do pin videos. So I was initially really concerned that this wood was going to kind of explode once I started to work with it. But the video actually turns out really well. The wood was a lot softer than I thought it would be. And it's maybe because I'm working with such a smaller piece of it that I didn't have any issues. But the whole building process went relatively smooth. You can see here we're just drilling our guide holes. We already broke it down to the sizes that we want. We're going to get everything glued up and then let that set up overnight. But if you watch some of my previous videos with me using Purple Heart, I've had kind of an issue kind of like gouging it and turning it on the lathe. Most of the time it's kind of chips off a little bit and then just kind of explodes into these giant pieces. But going with this project, making pins out of it, not that kind of experience at all. You can see here we're starting to work down that first piece that's on the lathe here, and didn't have any issues whatsoever. The wood turned really nice and smooth, didn't have to make a lot of adjustments on the RPM. And if you heard that in the background, that is my dog coming in through the dog door, and she says hello. But anyway, back to the video. Got that first piece done, went really well. And then we switch it over to the second piece here. Went just as smooth, no issues whatsoever. And the good news is I have like 10 more of these blanks to work with. So you guys are going to see a lot more Purple Heart in the future. But I was really happy that this one didn't explode. Nothing catastrophic happened. And we end up getting a really good pin out of this. So once we get this all worked down to the size and the shape that we want, then we'll work onto the sanding and belt polishing. And then we'll be finished once we do the assembly. But doing our typical sanding, we're going to go from 50 grit to 120 to 180, and really not a lot of issues here. We didn't have to spend a lot of time sanding. The wood's absolutely beautiful. Once you get done with the 50 grit, it's pretty much done in my opinion, especially working with a harder, denser wood like Purple Heart. But once we got that all finished, then we're going to just seal it with our super glue like we typically do, and you can see the grain of the video come out really well. You can see here all the nice dark colors of the wood, which make it look a lot better in my opinion. Purple Heart's probably one of my favorite woods. I know I say that about walnut and mahogany, but I really do like working with Purple Heart. I consider it one of my exotic woods that I like to work with, only because it looks so much different than everything else that I typically do on the channel. But once we got all that done, now we can start the assembly portion of it here. No issues with the assembly whatsoever. It comes together really nice and easy, so I don't have to jam or hammer anything in there. So I've gotten to become a little bit of a pro at assembly of these pins, and that only took forever to do. But got the pin built and we are all done. So another successful pin video. I'm looking forward to doing these in the future. That gold or brass kind of color to it really, shows the grain of the wood. But absolutely beautiful, gorgeous pin. So hope you guys liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be doing a lot more of these in the future, but really like how this turned out. No issues whatsoever. So Purple Heart pin done, and I will see you guys in next week's video. All right, peace.